Yes. Welcome to Rope's podcast for another musical reasoning. Normally would be dancehall and life journey. And this is the podcast where we talk about everything and everything in this world. Okay, we hold nothing back. Okay, this is the podcast where we're not trying to look for a story.
Right.
But we're trying to help elevate and push our own people up front. Okay, so today we are from Washington D.C.
Yes.
The flame.
The flame.
The burning flame. Hey. Burning flame, welcome to Rope's podcast.
Thanks for having me.
And how are you feeling today?
I feel great. Happy to be here.
Okay?
Yeah.
You love the sunshine that we're getting?
Yes.
Jesus.
I think I brought some heat here.
I think it's...
Yeah.
The flame is here. The
Yes.
flame is here. The flame is here. Okay, you came to the UK for a show.
Right.
How was it?
It was good. It was my first time in London. So it's definitely an experience. And I was just happy to be here, happy to meet some supporters that have been supporting me all the way from London, to where I'm from, which is in the US. So, it's good to be here and actually can have them see me live and in person. So
what do you think about our great city?
well, if I was here a little bit longer, but so far, it reminds me a lot. There's a lot of different places that I can tag and say that it's similar to what we have in the States. So I like it here, pretty much.
Okay. Even though you come at a part where we're sacking the prime minister and lots of politics, but I think the world is kind of in a turmoil at the moment.
Right.
And this is, as we say, music is the only thing shall live.
But
Right? And
yes.
this is where you come in because your music are refreshing and even you look refreshing.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
So, The
Yeah.
Flame, please share with us something that we don't know about you, what you want us to know about you.
Well, that I'm a well-rounded artist. I'm not one to put within a box. I cover every genre of music. I'm a musician at heart and soul. My number one, I would say, to go toy is the piano. That's the instrument that I play well. I love the piano. And that's just me. I'm a little lady with a big voice. That's normally what they tag me with. And it doesn't matter what the genre is, pretty much I cover all of them because I'm a musician at heart. So pretty much what I do.
Okay. You're a singer.
Yes.
You're a DJ. You're a writer.
Yes.
You're a composer.
Yes.
You're a performer.
Yes.
Oh my God. How do you manage to do so much things?
It's natural. It's just a switch that turns on. Like a person that have many talents. So whenever you drop in a certain arena or whatever, you just naturally find yourself doing something. That's just pretty much what it is. So I don't even consider it it's nice that you break it down like that. But normally it just all flows together.
So you're gifted from
Yes.
from you go through training and different stuff, or you just naturally.
Well, to be honest, it's natural, but what I've learned over the years is when you're given a gift, it's good to educate yourself on it and to build it and to strengthen yourself in it. So I actually went to school for music. I have my degrees in audio production and music production. So I've put the focus, into learning about music, so that way it helps me as an artist and as a singer, as a producer, composer. It helps me to do those things, so.
Okay. You're from Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Very beautiful city. Okay, tell us about your life growing up in Washington.
Interesting.
Very.
Yeah, my background, I grew up in a church-ran home. My grandparents is who raised me. So, I pretty much, go to school like a regular child, up and down and everything in high school and stuff like that. And my family is musical. So, they either sing or play an instrument. So that's basically what's been running my life, is music. So dealing and growing up in Washington, D.C., Maryland area and everything like that, I would say it's a little bit like, growing up, I guess, in Jamaica and places like that, because a lot of people, when they migrate to our area, if not like New York and places like that. And worse, growing up with grandparents, my grandparents, the only difference is the location. Like you can't take Jamaica out of them. Like they just raised us as if we were in Jamaica. So, that's where like even my growing up come from. Because I was actually born in Washington, D.C. And a lot of people don't know that. But because I'm like a little bit more cultural than my own parents, so they come here and forget where they come from. But I mean, just growing up within the area, you learn, to be a little bit more tough skinned, when you're dealing with, especially music, because they're straight out, they're real. They tell you like, if you're not sound good, they tell you, you know what I mean? And, it's a rough road, but it helps to curve you as an artist.
Okay. Tell me about your parents. Where are they from?
My mom is from Tivoli and my father is from Kingston, so.
Kingston and Tivoli,
Yeah,
same thing. So.
yeah, but she's more, I guess, Spanish Town, I guess, is a different area than where he's from. So, I don't personally like went to where they are directly from because to be honest, like I'm more cultural than they are. So since they came up from a young age and migrated here and had me, they haven't been like connected culturally. So.
Okay. What kind of artist are you?
I'm a straight artist. You can't label me. That was my first statement. You cannot put me in a box. My main focus is to connect to people through music, be positive, send out encouraging and positive messages through my music. I mean, if I know Spanish, I'm going to sing it in Spanish. If I know French, I'm going to sing it in French. So it doesn't matter. It's just as long as the message get out there for me. So I really don't have a title for that, but just to say the artist, because that's what an artist does. They create. So, it's not to create a specific thing when it comes to me. So.
Okay. Your biggest song at the moment is God Answer Prayer.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind that song?
Well, I was working on an album at this time and we wanted a good closing song, something more connecting. You can use like Buju, how Buju, how he does his cultural music and stuff like that. We wanted something to close out the album, but at the time, God Answer Prayers came along, and when you listen to that and the reggae album we were working on, it puts it in a total different lane. So we actually weren't planning to put that project out yet because we said, okay, this has to be done as a special project. And so happens, we're there doing our thing, trying to finish up that album, and well, God answered prayer and doing one thing, and the song leak out somehow. And by the time we frightened, when people are contacting us for shows and stuff and letting us know that the song is actually #1 on charts and have been #1 for like weeks, and we didn't even release it, so.
Okay, the song, there's a pastor on that song.
Still, the prayer.
The prayer.
There's a pastor?
It sounds like a pastor. How do you link up with that person?
It's actually Glamour Wayne. Glamour Wayne, the musical messiah, well known within the dance hall, he's a DJ. And Glamour Wayne played Gemini sound, and he's well respected in the business. And his voice, as you heard, you said is a pastor, very commanding. And, we were working on the song, and it's actually the main producer's idea, management, Robon, from Robon Productions, said that, you know what, we need to get a pastor on the song. Because I did the song and everything, but we didn't have the whole intro into it. So he called Glamour Wayne and told him what we were planning to do with the song. And he said, no, I want you to be the person to do it. So we sent it to Glamour Wayne. Glamour Wayne voiced his part and everything. And it just came together. We didn't tell him what Bible verse, nothing to say. He just knew exactly what to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the difference between a religion or spiritual?
Well,
and which one are you?
I'm spiritual because, first of all, religion began with spiritual, but then being religion now kind of put things in categories, and it puts boundaries to spirituality, to be honest with you. And then that's where you start to differentiate and separate yourself because of rules made by different categories that you place yourself in as far as religion. Being spiritual is a one direct connection with the person that is just the spirit being that created you, which is God. That's where it begins. But then now when you go in a religion now, okay, depending on which religion you choose, there's going to be a bag of rules, a bag of things that are set there. And to be honest with you, if you're going to be spiritual and be real, that is not what God wants. God is against religion because it separates us. And it does, because you're going to come with your own rules and regulation that are man-made and not really from him. Because the one and first most rule is to build a relationship with him and connect with him first. And that's spiritual.
Do you grow up in church?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's the teaching you get from the church what still resonate with you now?
Well, the main teaching, the way I grew up with my grandparents, my grandfather was the pastor before he died. My uncle's taking it over now. My grandmother was the head evangelist. And when we grew up, they've always taught us to build our own relationship with God. You know what I mean? That was the first thing. I mean, yes, it's a church of God. So, church of God would have come in like, okay, you have Baptists and different things. So they have different ways of doing things. But the way we grew up is always put God first, always relate to God. Put him before everything, build a relationship with him. So that's the way I was grown. I wasn't really grown into, other stipulations like other people, So with that beating in my head from a little girl growing up, it don't matter which street I walk on, I know God for myself because that's how I built my relationship growing up.
Okay.
So.
Rawbone Production is officially your management.
Right.
Okay. What was the process like getting on that team?
Rawbone Production was built basically because of me as an artist. Because when I first met Rawbone years ago, Rawbone is well known. He's a DJ out there, well known, and I was a singer, just coming into the business, learning my way around. And everybody that knows Rawbone from, back then knows that Rawbone is well educated in this field, and experienced. So, through our journey, he kind of cultivated me as an artist, and say, you know what? All right, since I have the experience, you have the talent, we're going to come together. And that's how Rawbone Production was built. So we built it from the ground up. And, he basically built a house, especially for me, because of my talent.
Wow.
And then from there now, some people look and think they're 20 away. I just 2 away in Rawbone Production right now. But building from the ground up, you're going to have to extend it and get help. You know what I mean? But it's been built like that. And over the years, like I said, many hats are worn. So he's a producer, different, even sometimes you can say he's artist sometimes, because he give me some lyrics sometimes when we need some lyrics, you know what I mean? And then me being a musician at heart, I will create the music while I create the songs at the same time. And we put our heads together and make a full production.
Okay. Glamour Wayne, does he take it serious or is it just a one-off?
Who, Glamour Wayne?
Yeah.
Glamour Wayne is a lover of music and a lover of God. So of course he take it serious, you know what I mean?
Would he do more combo with you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Glamour Wayne right now a superstar, so that's if me can get him. The man at tour already.
Yep.
Yes. So.
Okay, how would you describe the songs that you create?
I would believe my songs are for the time. You know what I mean? Because what I've done lately is whatever's going around, I kind of write off and create off of what's going around, what's happening at the time. Different messages would flow through me and say, okay, this is what's going on right now. And then we put it out there because you can feel it like, oh, this is talking to me right now. This is what's happening right now. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just write something that's futurely, but the key is with all of us experiencing what we're experiencing today, many of us are feeling like the same things. So if I'm experiencing that, I'm feeling this way, and then this song touched me so, it must can touch a bag of people out there because we relate, you know what I mean, as humans. So.
Okay. You was at Soul Sunday last night.
Yeah.
How did they take you?
Yo, the Soul Sunday is full of vibes. I love London, you know what I mean? And I love the fact that they were very inviting. They knew the songs anyway. And, you know, I love the realness of the people. You know what I mean? It was just genuine. So it was great. Wonderful atmosphere.
Good.
Andrew Fresh, big up yourself.
What's your creative process like?
It depends. Sometimes, like for instance, I have a song out there that's well known called "Have Mercy." That one came to me in the shower. So you asked me the question. So sometimes it's like it can't come from anywhere. You know what I mean? The melody can come sometime before the words, or the words come and then I put the melody, or the music come, or the backup sounds come, because I do my backups for myself as well too. So you know what I mean? It can come different variations, or I can hear a rhythm. I'm saying a rhythm they bad, and then you know a melody come to me and me just start singing on it or something. So you know it's not like one way to create for me.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Tell us about your verse and your best performance. Every artist have one.
Yeah, my worst performance would be like many years ago, when I was first, like you know, starting on the scene, known back then as Lady Flame, and you know, going through personal stuff and didn't really get fit. Screw my head on right before I came on the stage. So I was so disconnected. So musically, you know what I mean, I was off, everything, so that was a flop. I had to take that L, you know what I mean? So from then I learned like, okay, you know, no matter what, I gotta get myself in order, you know what I mean, and stay focused on what I'm doing.
Okay, so. And what was the best?
That's kind of hard. What I would say is the most memorable so far as being the best is Cayman Islands. And the reason why I would say that one is because that was the very first show I did for When God Answers Prayers was known around the world. They were the first place to call me for a show specifically because of that song. The show was even named God Answers Prayers. So, you know, going there, being well received, like I said at the time, we didn't even know people know the song, and going there and just hear them sing out the song like word for word, line for line, it was like an amazing feeling. So.
Okay. Gospel music is like cultural music to the non-Christian. Mm-hmm. Just like gospel music to the Christian is heartwarming and things like that. How does it make you feel when you singing your songs in a church or in the arena and people crying and people kneeling down and want prayer? And how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good because all that they're doing there is all I was doing, creating the song. So meaning that I pour my spirit, you know what I mean, my tears, my sweat, everything into the song that we put out, so that it's a genuine spirit that goes into the songs. Because when you're dealing with spirituality, worse when you're singing gospel music and you want it to connect to people, you have to make sure that your spirit and your mind is in the right place when you're doing it. So when I see that happening, I know I said, okay, that's touching their heart. That's touching their heart. And as long as it's a positive thing and it's a win for God, I'm doing a good thing. So.
Okay. Is there a favorite song you like to perform or you like to sing, or you constantly singing it?
Well, there's many. But what I constantly sing, of course, is God Answers Prayers. But there's many. I mean, oh my God. I love.
Let me hear that one.
Oh, God Answers Prayers? Yes. Okay. If you ever feeling down and like you have nowhere to go, if you're feeling like an outcast as your problems overflow, just remember there is someone, and all it takes is for you to know is that God is the answer, and God answers prayers. He sees every weakness, every trial, every mountain and sea, and He sees and He wipes them for me. I get down on my knees and I say, Savior, help me please. Because one thing is for certain, is my God answers prayers.
Wow. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
Terminator or the predator. This is the stage king. Big up every king, but this is the god of the stage. Here we are going. Tonight is my live movie on the Video Roast platform, and we're gonna take it back to my childhood. We're gonna take it back to basic. We're gonna take it all bound across the world.
This is Ancha Fresh.
This is IAP.
This is Axe from Liar Squad.
DJ Capone from Liar Squad.
This is DJ Mix from Liar Squad.
This is DJ Raheem from Liar Squad.
And you now tune into Robes' podcast. Why not advertise a business at this podcast? Like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Hey people, just do the right thing. Yeah.
Welcome back. The flame is in the house.
Yes.
I can feel the fire.
Okay. I can too.
I believe in God.
Yes.
I believe in God. And if I didn't believe in God when I hear this song, because I've been through a lot of stuff.
Oh.
And I see a lot of people been through a lot of stuff. And that's why you have to learn to pray for yourself.
Right.
And God really answered prayer. Has anyone ever make any comparison to Grace Chillers with you?
Yes. Amazingly, they thought that actually one of them sang that song. And because I have like I guess an old soul, you know, my voice is very raspy, got this soulful voice. People, you know, always compare me to them, you know, I guess because of the flavor, you know, the type of song it is too, the feel of it.
Okay, God answered prayer.
Right.
I could hear
it. Yeah.
in that one. And people might mistake it and think that is one of Grace Chillers songs.
Right. No, it's me.
But it's a good comparison.
No, of course.
You understand? It's a good comparison. Okay. How would you describe performing in front of your home crowd compared to performing abroad?
Well, home is home, and that's where I started from. And home kind of grew with me, you know what I mean? They're like on the journey with me. So, you know, from dance hall, come all the way from when Lady Flame. It's just, we tagged on, the Flame is like my alter ego. I rap, sing, DJ. So the Flame was normally, you know, when I sing, I will call in, you know, and say, either it's the Flame or, you know what I mean, or Bona or whatever. So what happened is, when God Answered Prayers came out, we said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do like a little reinvention and take off lady off of Flame, because there's a lot of ladies out there, and it's evident I'm a lady, you know what I mean? So we just said, we're going to get straight to the point and said, the Flame, which is what I was saying anyway, you know what I mean, for years. So when the Flame came about, those same people at home has been with me from I was Lady Flame, you know what I mean? Back for years, I've been singing. I won't tell you how much years because I'm 19. So, but they've been with me on that journey from that all the way. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a big family. Now, the difference now abroad, those people still feel like family because, to be honest, they've helped, you know, on the ground, you know, with the Flame. Some of them come on when them just hear about the Flame, but some been on from Lady Flame. And when they come on the ground, they just all hands in like their family. Those are the type of supporters I have. You know what I mean? So they show genuine love out there. So that's a good question, because honestly, the love I feel is the same, and I thank God for that. Like, it don't feel different when I'm on the road or if I'm home. It really don't. It feels like home on the road.
Okay. If you could trade place with any musician in the world, who would it be and why?
That's a good question. I don't know, because here where I said that's a tricky question. Some of the favorite musicians that I love, Some of them aren't alive.
It doesn't matter.
But I would have loved to, you know, have some of the benefits they have, you know what I mean, as far as like, you know, being out there on the center stages. And I love Whitney Houston. She's no longer here. You know what I mean? I love, who not like Michael Jackson? I love Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? And those are people that hit the biggest stage, touch the biggest heart. Look, where you go where Michael go when nobody in the ball? You know what I mean? When Michael sings, or Whitney. You know what I mean? They just have like, I would say angelic sounds in them. You know what I mean? It's just different when you hear them sing. And that's who I really look up to them anyway. That's who I would, you know,
Yeah,
trade.
those people come around once in a lifetime.
Yes.
You-
Definitely.
And they don't stay long.
I know. That's why I was kind of iffy on that question.
No, that's the honest truth.
Yeah, because I want to be here for a while, so I was kind of iffy on that question. But yes, yeah.
Okay. What are your view on the future gospel music based on what is happening in the industry with the churches and kind of artists, etc.?
My view on it, I think it's expanding from what it's been, and I'm gonna go out and say it. I am a changer. I'm gonna take that because, and the reason why I say I'm a changer is because, again, like Homie said, you know, don't put me in a box. You know, see when you don't put God in a box. So his message must spread across the board, worldwide. And I came into gospel music, you know what I mean, with that mentality. So what's happening now is it's bridging the gap, you know, across, you know, the world, no matter if you listen to dancehall or if you're a Rastaman or whatever, you know what I mean? There's got to be a song that I can sing for you that touches you and we can connect. So I'm one of the changers. There's a lot of other changers out there, you know, that sing gospel, that's doing the same thing as well, trying to bridge the gap, because that's the importance. So the difference today, then I would think years ago, I think they kept this too straight within a category. Like gospel has to sound like this. Like this is what it is.
I'm gonna have to ask you this, and it's a bit contradictory.
Okay.
Okay, you're a spiritual person,
Right.
but you go to the church and sing, and the church is religious.
Right.
75% or 90% religious.
Right.
Or does that fix with you? Because you're singing to people who are religious.
Right.
And they maybe think that you're religious like them, but do you make it known to them that you're spiritual?
They should know. If you follow me, first of all, let me put this out there. I kill sound. Which means, so let's put this out there. They label me as a dub queen. So I love Clash. You know what I mean? That's a side of me as well. I love Clash.
Yeah, but gospel people wouldn't hear it.
And that's why I'm trying to tell you this. So if you follow me or if you heard of me, you know I'm a person that I will go anywhere. I will go anywhere because here's the difference and why I say this. That might be who they are, but that's not when I come to sing, I'm not coming for that.
All right, let me cut you 1 second.
Right.
Because as I said, it was going to be
Contradictive. Yes.
Okay, I listened your song for the first time.
Right.
I don't got no time to go on the internet to look you up.
Right.
But this song resonates with me. God answer prayer.
Right.
Because we grew up on that thing. We grew up and know so when we're back against the wall, the only person we can depend on is ourselves and God.
Right.
Right? So we hear your song now.
Right.
And don't know you.
Right.
But we want to book this artist to come to our show. And it's going to be in one of the biggest church.
Right.
The people who's going to come there is going to be Christian-minded people and things like that. Do they have time to think about it? Oh, this lady's spiritual. She's not Christian. She's a spiritual or she's not religious.
What they would do mostly is they research the artist that they're going to book. They know your songs. This is the truth. Let's just be real on a business aspect. They want to know the followings you have. They want to know your pull power. So they're going to know your catalog, if not just one song or two songs. So I understand what you're saying. It's the sound of God answers prayers that you hear that led you to the judgment of it being traditional gospel, because it is traditional gospel. That's what it is, if you're going to categorize it as music. But the question you're asking me is pertaining to me as an individual. So me as an individual, no. I'm a spiritual person. Yes, me know God, me love God, everything. But me as a musician, I am not just a gospel singer in gospel music. Gospel itself is the good news, God's word.
Yeah, but you're you're singing the gospel.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. But
So-
but when we get very technical, because the way it comes off to me is like we're categorizing it by music. A music, categorize that, That's why. But what I'm trying to say is I'm a person that's across the board when it comes to that. So categorize wide, I do traditional gospel. I do dance hall gospel. I do reggae.
Gospel.
I do lovers rock.
Gospel.
I kill sound. I do soul. I do country.
Do you tell them that you kill someone when you go on that when
Hey,
you go on that stage and say,
if me
I'm
tell
a
them
sound
I kill
killer, I know.
sound, if me tell them, let me tell you something you might not know. A lot of people, and this is the most important thing. You see, when you try to win soul for God or remind people to connect back with God, everybody. So when you're a person that is an artist, if you want to limit yourself, you're only going to sing to a certain group of people. That's not me. Worse, when you do God work, you're supposed to be universal. So everybody that's within the sound arena, and trust me, most of my friends are my sound man. Let me tell you that. Most of my friends are my sound man. So in the sound, in the arena, wherever you go, people are supposed to can say, you know what, I love this artist because they sing something to me, something that I can relate to. Whatever it is. Just like how you have Barris, Budge. Okay, perfect example, Luciano. Luciano can go in a church and go sing, To me, enough artists is not as spiritual as Luciano.
True.
And his songs touch your soul. So that's why I said it depends if you're going to categorize by music, how it is. Then that'll be judgmental, and then that's where I said it's going to go a little bit more on the human side. So for me, though, I try not to think about it, because if I'm doing God work, being a fisherman is dirty work, Enough people can't do that. But that's, maybe that's what makes me special. Maybe that's where I bridge the gap, because I will go there. That's me. I will go there. I will try to serve you the platter, and put it there to see if you will bite the bait and come along, because that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay. All right, we're going to stay in gospel for...
Right.
Because like this, you come here for a gospel show, so we're going to talk about gospel. Okay. How would you describe the gospel music, and who would you say are the pillar of gospel?
Gospel music, like I said, you know that it's music for the soul. Pertaining, if we're gonna categorize it again, you're talking to a real musician, so it's gonna seem kind of different talking to me. But the pillars are, you have people like Shirley Caesar, you have Donnie McClurkin, you have Hezekiah Walker, you have, and those are American gospel. Then you have Grace Trillers, which are Caribbean gospel. That's why I said it's a lot of...
It's a Jamaican gospel.
Reason why I say Caribbean.
You
see how you are a categorizer.
I want you to give Jamaica what due to them, but I don't want...
No, okay, that's true. That's true. Let me do that then.
I'm just joking.
No, but that is true though. That's true.
Yeah.
But they carried the weight of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Which is awesome. And to be honest, they crossed over into the American gospel, which exposed Caribbean gospel to Americans. So, you know what I mean? It just depends on where you come from as far as like who are the pillars in gospel. But me being from the States, like I said, I just named some of those that are very huge up there. You got the young ones coming up, Jacqueline Carr, and many others. Kirk Franklin, what I mean? So
Kirk Franklin quite big in the UK.
of course, yeah.
What skill are required to be a great gospel artist?
What skill? The first skill is to know God for yourself, because all you gotta sing about God and you don't know God. And gospel, categorizing it, is about God. So that's the first skill.
Okay, so that's all the skills.
Because if gospel music, because we're being specific now. If gospel music, we're gonna categorize it, because that's you're a categorizer. So if gospel music is specifically about God, which it is, but like I told you, I'm not just looking at gospel music like the genre. I'm looking at gospel music, the definition of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Is to know God for yourself and spread the word of God. That's a definition. But genre-wise, traditional gospel, all those stuff, you just have to know that field of music, basically.
Okay. Do you prefer to listen to music or to create music?
I like both because you get ideas from listening to music. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a creative music, if you're a producer or a composer, you get ideas from listening to music.
Okay. Would you agree with me that it's important to learn and study and understand old music and understand music in itself, in its form?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. If there's one artist you could tag along on a tour for a month, who would it be and why?
That's an interesting question as well. You kind of stumped me with that. Come back to that question, Nick. That's an interesting question.
Okay. Do you create music for yourself or for your fans?
I created for the world, but it starts with me.
Okay.
So that's-
You know, most artists you ask those things and they say they create it for their fans, but you're correct. It have to start with you first.
Yes.
So, would you agree with me that it's important to learn music and understand old music and the music history?
Yeah, I agree with that, which is why I said I went to school for it. You know what I mean? Even to educate on that, because you have to know where the foundation was set, you know what I mean, how it came about and everything like that, so that you know basically, okay, you have a blueprint of where you're going and how to make it better. Because you're supposed to jump on the bandwagon or go into the lane and make it better, raise it up from where it is. So you have to know where you're coming from in order to do that.
Okay, if you could change one thing in gospel industry, what would it be and why?
In the gospel industry, if I could change one thing, I would say not too much to hold it down. And the reason why I say hold it down is because I feel like the word is not being spread enough. I'll be honest with you, it's not. I feel like in gospel music, we just talk to certain people or a few people, and it's not supposed to be like that. The word, the messages, the songs are supposed to spread to everybody. It's supposed to be for everybody. You know what I mean? Not specific soul or specific people. So that's what I mean when I said not to hold it down.
Your reasons are very deep and your songs are very touching. Do you believe that you're getting your calling from the Most High?
I don't believe I know.
You know that you're getting a calling.
Yes.
Okay, let's break for a second.
Okay.
I'm a beautician. Well, let me just put it as a businesswoman. And I have two beautiful girls. I'm a single mom. And currently, as you know, my journey, I'm a pastor. It's a testimony when I look back and, you know, on this journey.
How do you energize your audience?
How do I energize my audience? I think basically just the music and me, like, you know, it's sort of like a mirror. So when they see your energy and see how much, you know, you love it and you're into it, it kind of like, you know, it bounces off of one to another. And most of the times they know your songs already, so they already connect to the songs. So they come with that energy. They already feel it from when they hear the rhythm drop. They know which song's coming. So, you know, they're already coming with like, yes, this is my song, you know, because everybody have their favorite songs, you know. So.
Okay, do you have any collab plan? And which artists are you planning to do a collab with?
Okay. I have a few. We're working on a gospel album that we will be dropping soon. Minister Marion Hall is going to be on the album. Also, Minister Adrian Cunningham. You heard Glamour Wayne. And G-Fuss from Stone Love.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I ain't going to tell you who else. So, that one I made a surprise. Start with an R. But... But yeah, we have a couple collabs coming out, so definitely I'm excited about that.
Okay, name me two of your favorite The Flame songs and why are they?
Okay, see, you keep asking me hard questions because I love many of them. One of them that I love Have Mercy, because Have Mercy was built within the coronavirus time when we were dealing with that, and you know, it just popped up in my head, and I was like, hey, you know, little melody, bad and everything. A simple song, and I love the rhythm for it and everything. Have mercy, and another one of my favorite ones that I love and love to sing is I love God Alone too. God Alone is like a revival type of song. So, okay, so it's sort of a revival type of song. There's many songs, you know, but God Alone is one of my new favorite. I love I Now Worry. That one has more of a reggae feel to it, you know. I Now Worry. Jeez.
Okay.
Yes.
I will.
I'll win.
I win.
Yes.
I want you to sing a verse from I win. I win.
Okay. Whew. I'll win no matter. Sorry.
Water moment.
Yes. I did a lot of singing out, so.
I know you've been working this voice in the UK
Yes.
from your being here,
All right.
so
No watch the bad mind them will hate you. No watch the hypocrite them when I rate you. All when them a fake watch you a stay true. A God you related to. I'll win when the going gets tough. And when the going gets rough, God a guide and watch over me. And I God a protect me from my enemies. I'll win when it seems like too much. And when I wanna give up, stand strong and let them see that you're an overcomer making history. Yeah. When everybody run left you, Jaja naga let you down. And when it seems like you now get through, try again, get off the ground. And when it seems like hope is gone, just turn your frown around. Yeah, just remember that you have life, you're not 6 feet underground. I'll win when the going gets tough. And when the going gets rough, gotta guide and watch over me. And I gotta protect me from my enemies. I'll win when it seems like too much. And when I wanna give up.
all right, because I know that you're going to be having a next interview in a few moments,
Yes.
and I don't want you to leave all the voice over you and take some to
It's
war
okay,
report.
yeah.
You understand? So, all right, what are your interests outside of music?
Right now music is everything right now. You know what I mean?
So, no other interests.
No, because it's like when you're born and built for this thing, it's like your food, your daily food, you know, your daily air you breathe. So no matter how much you want to run away from it or do something else, your hands is always tied into doing music some way, somehow. You know, so if you're not creating music, I'm writing music. If I'm not writing music, I'm building music. You know what I mean? If I'm not building music, I'm voicing dub plates. So, so
Okay, 5 words that best describe you.
fiery, loving, aggressive, good aggressive, though not bad aggressive. Approachable, and I must say humble.
Okay, the pandemic has planted all of us. What are your takeaway from it as an artist?
Oh man, basically preparation is key, and you know, just being mentally stable is very important, because if your mind is off, it throws everything else off. And you know, dealing with the pandemic showed us, you know, that when everything gets out of whack, you know what I mean, you yourself have to learn to focus and keep yourself stable, worse in your mind when the world and everything are tear down around you. You know what I mean? Because that also affects how you act and react. So this come again to how it's very important to try to have a good spiritual relationship with God, so it can help you. Because we're humans, we're gonna make mistakes, you know what I mean? And sometimes we're emotional and we make, you know, different decisions that we shouldn't. But if we can be a little bit more spiritual grounded, it'll help us through our everyday life, you know?
You were nominated for the Best Gospel Song of 2019 in Jamaica at the IRAAA award,
Aroma.
one of the biggest award in Jamaica. And who was you up against and who won it?
I was up against Wayne Marshall at the time.
Yeah,
And
because he did have a big gospel
Yes,
song and it
yes.
was very famous, that
yes,
song.
it came out, like around the same time actually. He's the one who won the award. So
Okay. Okay. Tell us about the Whammy Award.
Whammy Awards are out of Washington D.C. and that was actually a surprising award. I won about like 3 or 4 awards, categorizing wise: best female gospel artist, best gospel song, best gospel album, and it was great, for home to give back because that's where I'm from. So it was good that they saw our accomplishment, and what we were doing, and they awarded us with those awards.
Okay. What are the response you get from people who meet you in the street?
Are you sing that? That's the number one comment. Are you sing that? No, sir. Like they don't believe it. You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, "Huh? Like you're so tiny. You're so small." I'm like, I know. You know what I mean? But it's mostly genuine, loving. Like you know what I mean? Like man, we just connect. We just keep it real. So when I meet people, I love like their responses. It really like keeps me going, to be honest. It keeps me going, to hear their feedback too, because they're not afraid to give feedback, they will give feedback. It's good to hear their feedback, and it's good to see that they're relaxed and they feel happy that they can actually approach me, you know what I mean, as an artist. And trust me, them come to me and say, that flame, yo, you know what I mean? And they will message me, and them at the same time, like I said, because they feel a part of it, they help push the movement. They help spread the songs out there. You know what I mean? Like say, send it to my sister, send it to my brother, send it to, and that's a good feeling, man. Cause it's like the community. It's a whole community event. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. I Win is one of my favorite songs.
I see.
Is it something personally happened to you, like most of your other songs?
For I Win?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the daily struggle, them honestly, as humans, we go through things that sometimes we deal with people who are bad-minded, especially when you're doing good in life. And from I heard the rhythm, I said, all right, you know what I mean? I heard the rhythm, I started to flow, and then when the words come to me, I said, all right, I'm gonna connect. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're going through in anything, in any type of job you do, and then it doesn't matter, music, whatever you do, you're gonna have people that might be jealous, or or we say bad mind, but might be jealous, of what you're doing, wondering how you do it, maybe even try to stop you because you're excelling and they're not. You know what I mean? So that's all that song come about.
Okay. Okay. What advice would you give to young artists who coming into the business?
Educate yourself. I am so big on that because as a musician, worse if you're coming in, it's not just about singing. That's important. But at the same time, if you are creating songs that you want to last, valuable songs that are going to represent you in years down the line, I always say educate yourself, because you have to know how to go about doing that, how to protect yourself too as an artist, your music, your work, all of that stuff. There's a lot behind the scenes that a lot don't know until they start doing it. You know what I mean? So definitely educate yourself, work on yourself, build up everything. You know what I mean? As become better. Don't never think you reach it. Always try to make yourself better than where you're at.
Okay, Lady Flame, I really want to spend more and more time with you to really get into
stuff,
to get into your head. But
Yeah.
I know you got no time. But please promise me when you come back to England,
I got to come back.
you will come back.
This is my couch.
You will come back in my couch,
Yes.
right? Because I want to talk to you some more.
Yes,
I
definitely.
got loads of things I want to ask you.
This
but
is just part 1.
But part 1, we just have it done as part 1. But because you have to go to other people, see
Yes.
other people. I'm not gonna be selfish and keep you here, so I'm gonna make you go. But before you go, I just want to wish you good luck.
Oh, thank you.
Right, and please make England your home.
Okay, definitely.
Understand? It's refreshing because there's a lot of things I see in the churches. Right, because being a videographer, I get the experience of going to many churches.
Right.
And most of the church people, them don't come out of their comfort zone. And if you want to win sinners,
Yes.
you have to go where sinners is.
Yes.
And I see your music is going where where sinners is.
Yes.
And that's why I say God choose you. And God is talking to you.
Yes.
I don't know if it's religiously or spiritually.
Spiritually, he's talking to you. Yes.
But he's talking to you.
Yes,
And
yes.
you must answer him.
Yes, I am.
Listen.
I have no choice. Listen, this thing is run by God, and as much if I wanted to run away, I can. Because all in my sleep, God is giving me songs to sing. So, definitely.
Okay. I know you say that you do a lot of dub plate. Is that the way gospel artists should be going to make a living on dub plates? Do you think that
making a living.
church people would find it contradicting?
I think, listen, doing dub plates help. It's just like merchandising. Just like commercials, ads, you know what I mean, intros, whatever. That's what a dub plate is. And if you are a sound man or a radio station or whoever you are, if you have music and it has your name in it, it's personal to you. So you are going to play it, which will help the artist in a sense because their voice is going to be heard. So
okay, let me ask you this other one. Does you do the custom?
yes. Or if a kid's sound and don't customize it. You have to customize it.
You know the special. Where you have to go deep.
Deep, yes.
You do those as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's good luck to you.
Okay.
My sister.
Alright.
Okay. Just tell us your social media where people can find you.
Okay. One stop shop is www.ladyflame.com. You can find me on all social media networks, Lady Flame RP. RP stands for Rob on Productions. Or you can call 240-305-6959. Best place for go is ladyflame.com.
Okay. Next time you're in the UK,
Yes.
we will talk to Rob on.
Yes.
Okay, because we know that he's doing his thing.
Right.
He's out in Washington and he's one of the big boys out there.
Yes.
Okay, so next time you come to UK, we book to interview Rob on as well.
Definitely.
Okay, so
Thanks for having me.
enjoy yourself.
Thanks for having me.
Yo, people, this is movie star Johnny,
And this is Andrew Fresh.
and you're watching Ropes Podcast, the #1 for promotion.
Why not advertise a business and this podcast?
No business is too small or too big to advertise with us. Zane, just link up.
Hey people, just do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.